So now that you have all of your major business paperwork out of the way, it's time to open a business checking account for your upcoming expenses. Every bank has different requirements, but in general, you'll need your EIN, your articles of organization, if you're an LLC, and your personal ID. Save time, check each bank's requirements before going in. A few things to consider before choosing a bank. Are there any monthly fees for the business checking account? How can you waive those fees? Typically, you need to maintain a minimum balance and or have a minimum number of monthly transactions. Are there any fees for the business debit card? Are there bank branches close to your truck locations and your commissary? Are there any promotions for opening a new account?
Free interest?
Oh, yes, I'll have that, please.
Okay, but you'll have to make a deposit first.
Oh, of course. Here's me prized penny to deposit in a new account.
There's typically a minimum initial deposit that you'll need to keep in the account for a certain period of time. There may also be some kind of requirement that you open a business savings account as well. In our case, we use Chase because it has the most branches in New York, and they require only a $1,500 daily minimum to avoid fees on their basic business checking account. Once your business checking account is set up, you should deposit any funds for your business into that account. If you're depositing a lot of cash, make sure you can prove where all the cash came from, because you don't want to get into any trouble with the IRS.
Everyone has fingernails and everyone wants cash. So send us all your fingernails and we'll send you some cash.
And from this point on, all expenses related to your business should come from this checking account, not from your personal checking account. It doesn't matter that all the money in the business is actually yours. You want to always maintain a clear separation of funds for two reasons. Number one, you don't want to give your accountant a reason to charge you more money when it comes time to file your taxes. If you mix personal funds and business funds, your accountant will need to spend extra time separating the two and increases the chance that they'll make errors.
Oops, my bad.
Number two, if you created a separate entity for your business, money in your business is not legally yours. If you use your business money for personal things, it's technically a crime, which is called embezzlement. Of course, no one's really gonna lock you up if you use your business debit card to buy a sandwich, unless you go overboard.
International fugitive wanted for the embezzlement of over $75,000 worth of ham sandwiches.
The real danger lies in people suing your business. If a customer gets food poisoning and sues your business, they'll try their best to prove that you and your business are not separate, but actually linked through these financial transactions. In that case, if they win their lawsuit, they can take your entire food truck and go after your personal belongings as well.
No! God, please, no! 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 No!
If you ever accidentally use your business account for personal purchases or your personal account for business purchases, I would try to immediately cancel the purchase and do it the proper way. But if it's too late, transfer money from one account to the other to make both sides even. So, for example, if you bought a $5 sandwich with your business account, transfer $5 from your personal account to your business account. Or, once you get an accountant, just ask them what the best way for you is.
I don't have a clue what you're talking about, Phil. Not a fucking clue.
Once your business checking is established, you may want to start looking into business credit cards. Here are a few things to consider when researching credit cards. Number one, personal credit score. Even though you're applying for a business credit card, the bank will run a personal credit check and will ask about your personal income. If your business is already running, they'll ask for your business income as well. The bank will combine all this information to determine what your credit limit is. This is important because if your credit score is low, you didn't make a lot of money at your last job, and your food truck hasn't even started operating, you may only get a $1,000 credit limit, which can be severely limiting. Number two, annual fee. This one is tricky because the credit cards with the best features often carry an annual fee. For now, just make sure you understand business credit card's annual fee structure. A lot of cards will waive the first year's annual fee and then hit you with $99 or whatever the amount starting the second year. You may be tempted to close the card before the second year, but beware that doing so may negatively impact your personal credit score. Number three, bonus sign-up requirements. A lot of cards offer miles, cashback, or other bonuses for opening a new card. However, they have specific requirements that you must meet first. The most common requirement is that you spend a certain amount within a few months after you receive the card. Number four, 0% APR. As I mentioned in one of the previous chapters, some cards offer a 0% APR for the first year, which means you don't have to pay back anything to the bank for the entire first year. However, this is only useful if your card's credit limit is also high. If, for example, you get a 0% APR card with a $1,000 limit, it's pretty much useless. If you buy 1 or 2 weeks of inventory with the card, you're already going to be at your credit limit, and you won't be able to use the card again until you pay what you just charged. Number five, 0% balance transfer. This feature is pretty useless and completely different from a 0% APR. A 0% balance transfer simply means that if you have another credit card that you owe money on, you can transfer that balance to this new card without paying a fee. So if you owe $100 on your Visa card, and you open a new MasterCard that has 0% balance transfers, you can transfer that $100 balance to your MasterCard. So now you owe nothing on your Visa, and you owe $100 on your MasterCard. The only reason this feature is useful is if the interest rate on the MasterCard is lower than interest rate on the Visa. However, you should never be paying interest on any credit card because it's one of the most expensive costs you can ever incur. Number 6, extended warranty. Remember how I said that cards with annual fees often have the best features? This is actually one of the best ones. Some cards have an extended warranty feature, which means that if you purchase a new item with the card, you get an additional 1-year warranty on top of the original manufacturer's warranty. So if you bought a refrigerator with a standard 1-year warranty, it would become 2 years if you used your card to buy it. However, things become a bit tricky with a food truck. A lot of equipment manufacturers will either void or reduce the warranty if their equipment is used on a food truck. This means that there's a chance that the credit card company may also not honor the extended warranty feature if they found out that the item you purchased was used on your truck. Therefore, if you end up needing to use the extended warranty feature, don't ever mention that the item was used on a food truck.
So don't tell. I won't. Okay.
We originally signed up for the Chase Ink Business Preferred credit card for 2 reasons. Number 1, it had an 80,000 mile sign-up bonus, plus I got an extra 5,000 miles for already being a personal Chase client. Number 2, it extended warranty by an extra year on all of our purchases. After a year, we downgraded to the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card because the Preferred card had a $95 annual fee and we didn't really use it for many purchases that would have earned all the bonus miles. The Unlimited card has no annual fee, so we just hold on to it in case of an emergency. We now mainly use the Capital One Spark Miles Business Card because it offered a 200,000 mile sign-up bonus, and we earned a decent number of miles for our purchases. There are way too many details about how to pick the best credit card that is beyond the scope of this course, but you can find plenty of information for free online. A few sites that I personally use and recommend are thepointsguy.com and nerdwallet.com.